Hey, welcome to the video today, y'all. This is your girl Tony with Eat and Travel with Tony. I'm, of course, here in my kitchen, so welcome to my kitchen. We'll be making some cranberry white chocolate oatmeal cookies today, y'all. So, this shall be awesome, I'm pretty sure. But, of course, while we're making the cookies, we're going to talk about life, too. So, it ain't just about making cookies today. But, yes, you see me making the cookies, and I'm going to show you the whole process and that kind of thing. But we still going to talk some life today. So like I said, definitely welcome to the video, and make sure that you, of course, subscribe and then click that notification bell to receive all the videos I upload from this point here on out. And as I always say, if you ain't seen those in the past, go check those out too. So let's go ahead and get into this. Like I said, as y'all see, I'm putting all the ingredients. I'm just getting started. Trying to get of course, the butter, flour, sugar, eggs, all those types of things into this bowl. But like I said, definitely all those ingredients, the similar kind of ingredients that, of course, make up life. It may not be the eggs, of course, that make our own lives, but it could be the work, it could be the kids, it could be the animals, it could be the family, the friends, and all those types of things. Like I said, we all have all types of ingredients that make up our own life that we have to, of course, live by, and sometimes abide by. I put it that way, too, even though we don't want to. So, but like I said, definitely we all have those things. But just thinking about those things as we go through our life, sometimes, of course, we have some of those down moments, some of those times where we just want to give up and don't want to push on any further because we're just sick and tired of stuff. I guess I put it that way. But just know that stuff is always going to happen. Excuse me, y'all, but just know that stuff is always going to happen. Some stuff is going to be good, some stuff is going to be bad. I can tell you, I know there's bad, I know there's good, I know there's both. Because I've had them both in my own life, and I'm sure y'all have too. But just know that you don't have to give up because the bad things happen. They're always going to happen. Whether it's with your job, like I said, your family, your kids, your friends, your pet that tore up the whole sofa, whatever, you got to buy another sofa, whatever it is. Like I said, those things are always going to happen. And as we know nowadays, all the stuff, I'm not going to get into politics or that kind of thing at all, but we all know that a lot of stuff is going on right now. So folks are losing jobs and businesses are closing down because of funding. Because I work in the social service field, so that's why I'm bringing this up. Because our job can be affected, me and my partners actually, because of the stuff that's going on with the president and all these types of things. But just know that with all these things, even though that's one of the ingredients in your own life pie, but just know that when it comes to, like I said, life and that kind of thing, yes, while these things are happening, and it's happening to a lot of us, it's not just us, it's a lot of people that's probably listen to this, but just know that you always have options too. I know that it sounds crazy and this shouldn't be happening and this kind of thing, but just know that there's always options. Just like I'm making these cookies, just in case you all didn't know, the option that the reason why I'm making these cookies, I have a small home-based business called Cookies and Ish, where I make cookies. Of course, the Ish, I make like cupcakes and like other little side treats and stuff like that too. But of course, it does bring income. It's not like it's thousands of dollars a day, or thus far at this time, though. At some point, I'm sure it will be. But like I said, definitely, this is something I have been since I moved here to Arizona 2.5 years ago. Actually, almost 3 years ago. I started making, of course, cookies again. Started baking again. Trying to, of course, push my business out there, that kind of thing. Because I had stopped for probably about a year or two, probably longer than that, y'all. I have no idea. But whatever it was, like I said, I had stopped a little bit along the way, but I started back up because I know that, like I said, this is an option. This is something that, of course, can turn into something, whether it's be a full-time, I guess you can say, job for me, a full-time business. But it'd be something that I would love to do, of course, as I'm, of course, love to bake. I've always loved to bake. But like I said, this can definitely turn into something full-time for me so I can, of course, live off this income. And that's why I'm telling you that there's options. I know there's job loss and all that kind of stuff going on, and like I said, there's people that just sick and tired of their jobs too. So I can't just say it's job loss, but there are some folks who, of course, are sick and tired of their jobs. Trust me, I have been there too. That's why I left some jobs in the past. Sick and tired of those jobs. But like I said, sometimes we have to get smart. Yes, while we have a job and that kind of thing, use that job to create your side business with. It does not have to be cookie making or cookie box making like I'm doing now, but it could be something else that some other hobby that you may have. Whether you love to walk dogs, or I don't know, you love to make, I don't know what else, y'all, refrigerators, I don't know, whatever it is, y'all. But y'all, I guess, get the point. You like to sew and that kind of thing. So like I said, there's all types of things you can do. Just know that you have options. There's folks that like to write, because I love to write too. So, but like I said, there's always options no matter what's going on. Even if it's a bad time and things are happening and the kids are going crazy and the car done broke down and your job going crazy and all this kind of stuff. Like I said, there's always options. We always have a plan B to something that's going on. When our car break down, we always have a plan B. Call the tow truck, call somebody to come help us. We always have that. So you have to think about that when it comes to life too. It's not just one thing, one set mind and one set pattern, one set thing that you're going to do every day. Things change all the time. And like I said, we always have to have options and know that with the options that we have, we got to have a plan B, sometimes a plan C and a D too. Just keep that in mind. And like I said, I know a lot of people, of course, are still out here struggling, that kind of thing. That's why I'm talking about options and having backups and that kind of thing. We have to have that, y'all. Like I said, we have no idea what's going to happen with our jobs or with our kids or with our friends or with our families. And talking about families, I'm actually a social worker. So, of course, in my full-time job, because I do have a full-time job, I work with caregivers who are, of course, caring for their loved one, who a lot of them have a memory loss, dementia, that type of thing. And just know that sometimes in our families, these things can happen too. Like I said, this is another one of those kinks in the road, I guess I put it that way. Because some people, of course, we're working, going through our life, and we don't realize that, of course, our parents or our whoever it is, somebody in our family, usually our parents or our kids or someone need our help to help us take care of them, I guess I put it that way. And like I said, that can be something else that may come along in your life and that may cause you strife, it may cause you upset, and may cause you, like I said, resentfulness and frustrations and anger and stress and all those things. It's not just, of course, the job, because I know some of y'all are here listening who are not, who are retired and that kind of thing, but this may be happening to you if you're becoming a caregiver. Like I said, there's all types of things that can happen in our lifetime. We just have to know that we have options with things. Even you have options in caregiving too. I'm saying that all to say you have options too. But that, like I said, that things always pop up. We never know when these things are going to pop up. They can pop up at any point. We don't know that somebody can have a car accident tomorrow and need our help to take, I guess, need your help to take care of them. You never know what may happen. But like I said, no matter whether that's a bad situation, good situation, whatever the situation is, just know, like I said, that it's not going to stay the same forever and that you do have options. So, of course, make some changes and to do something different. Even if you're caregiving, even if you're taking care of kids, whatever, taking care of pets, whatever it is. Even if you're starting the business and the business is going haywire and you're trying to figure out how to grow it and it's not growing and you're doing all these things, just know that, like I said, it's going to be some hard times in there somewhere. It always is. Nobody's life is perfect. Just like y'all see me making all this cookie mix. On this part, it looks like it's too soupy, but this is not perfect. I put it that way. But in the end, it all turned out perfect, y'all. But you will see that. Because like I said, it looks very, very liquidy right now, which it was liquidy when I was making it. Because I put all those eggs in at one time. But like I said, sometimes we do that and we have to go back and redo things sometimes. But just know all in the end is going to be fine. I mean, I look like it today, but we just have to realize that in me saying all that, you do have to start, of course, doing the actions that's going to make it all or create some more, I guess, some better moments in your life and not just have all those down moments and where things are all just going haywire all the time. I had to learn, of course, back younger, when I was younger, that in order for me to, of course, have that better life that I was looking at, that I always saw on TV and watching the Cosby Show and looking at Different World and all these kind of shows that, of course, came on TV. I didn't have that kind of upbringing. Yes, I had my mother and a father in the household, but there, of course, drugs was more important, liquor was more important, everything else was more important. Yeah, they told me, of course, good job on my grades and that kind of thing. But, of course, I didn't have all the, what is it called? I guess the structure and the parental love and all those types of things that some other some of y'all may have had. And like I said, I had to learn how to create something out of nothing. I guess I put it that way. A lot of times when it came to not just my upbringing, but taking care of myself, making sure that I'm staying in school. Of course, they weren't telling me to go to school. I went to school on my own. That's the only thing that I had to, of course, for me to, what I saw at that time, that was the only thing that I had to, of course, where I can have peace at every day. Instead of hearing my parents fight every single day and my dad beat my mom every day. Like I said, that's the place I know I can go to with school where I can have peace. And I knew also that with school, I knew I could create a better life for myself as well. I had options. Like I said, those are options that some people, actually, I ain't going to say some, but a lot of people have, but they do overlook. regardless as to whatever field I went into social work. Well, I started off in going to pre-med, but went on to social work because I thought that was a better field for me to of course, get into, because the medicine wasn't really the way I wanted to kind of help people. I guess I put it that way, as I thought. But regardless of that, like I said, I knew I had options. I knew I had an option to stay the same, to stay in my same neighborhood, to stay in my same household, or to stay in my same environment, which wasn't a good environment. I guess me growing up in it, of course, it was the best environment that I had. Whether it was drugs, gangs, domestic violence, all this stuff going on, it was still the environment that I had. I had a choice to either stay in that environment, or I had a choice to get the hell up out of that environment. I chose to get the hell up out of that environment. But I couldn't get out of that environment I guess just by doing one thing. I was a kid, so I could not just go sign an apartment lease or get a car. You can't legally do that. You got to be 18 or 21, depends on what you're trying to do, in order to sign an apartment lease or to get a car or that type of thing in your own name. So, of course, as a kid, the only thing I could do was to go to school and to try to get those grades and to try to create that better life that I thought, like I said, what's the best thing for me to do, which it was, to continue with school until I can figure out something else better. Whether that was, of course, getting a job and creating a side business and all those types of things. But I had to take all those actions, the homework. And like I said, nobody was forcing me to do anything. I got the straight A's. That was just what I wanted to do because I knew school was going to get me out of something. I saw the Cosby Show. Like I said, the parents, one of them was a doctor, one was a lawyer. I saw the show A Different World, and like those other shows that I had growing up. I saw how those folks were, of course, living. There was college, and they had college life, and I wanted that kind of life too, a better life that I saw on TV. Even though nobody I knew had it, I guess, at that point, but I saw it on TV, and like I said, that was enough for me. And just by me doing this, I guess, talking on this video, this should be, hopefully, I'm hoping it'll be enough for you to, like I said, to get all those ingredients of your life together so that you can create something different. Like I said, I know we're always going to have those bad times. I know we're going to have those good times, but we as much as we can, we want to have as many good times as many more good times than we have the bad times. If I'm saying that right. But I know sometimes our mindset can, of course, get in the way. We always think everything is all bad, and then nothing's ever going to work out. We haven't even lived life yet to know what's going to work out. I'm 48 years old. I haven't even lived my whole life yet. Probably still got 20, 30 more years left on this earth. Hopefully longer than that, but I'd say 50 years on this earth. I guess I put it that way. But like I said, we have to start living life, like I said, in order for us to figure out what's going to happen, what's good for us. Nobody has a blueprint for anything. All we have is a set of actions, a set of habits that we create to, of course, create our life with. Whether those are good habits, whether those are bad habits, that's a choice that we make. I know I was a kid, and I'm sure you were a kid at some point and that kind of thing, but at some point we all become adults. 18 and up, though, usually 18 and up is usually considered an adult. We all become adults, and like I said, of course, we have a choice usually before that time, but of course, I'm just saying at 18, growing up as an adult to, of course, make choices on how we want to live our lives. Like I said, I had to figure out how I wanted to live my life when I was, I guess, in grade school, because I knew I didn't want to be around violence and drugs and all that kind of stuff for the rest of my life. That wasn't what I wanted, so I had to create the steps, the actions, and figure out the actions in order to create a better life for myself. And that's the same thing I'm telling you, too. You can do that, too. Trust me, you're not by yourself. If you're in your 40s, you're in your 50s, you still have life to create. You're not dead yet. Hopefully you're not dead yet. I guess I put it that way. I know some folks are, but if you're listening to this, you still living. You still have a life to live, no matter what that life looks like. You can always create something different, y'all. I'm 48 years old. I'll be 49 in September. I'm still creating my life, too. Like I said, you're definitely not by yourself. Just know that you have options no matter what the heck is going on. If you lose your job tomorrow, there's always options. Either find another job and create a side hustle, so when that other job leaves or something else happens, you always have something to fall back on. You can always do that. Like I said, that's something that we have to do. Our job is not going to do that. Our family's not going to do that for us. We have to want to do that on our own. Like I said, I don't care if I'm in my 40s. You're in your 40s, 50s, 60s. You still got life to create. You still have life to create and things to do. People to see. I guess people to do is what they used to say back in the day. But y'all know what I mean. Like I said, nobody's too old to start from where they're at to create something different. We all can do that, y'all. So y'all see me making it, like I said, putting all these ingredients into this bowl. That's, like I said again, that's how life is too. At first you saw the soupy cookie mix. Now it's coming to a form. It's like forming like a ball almost. It's getting thicker and that kind of thing. That's how our life is going to be too, y'all. It's going to start off crazy. I don't know, but some folks start off crazy. We don't all start from the same arena. But trust me, we can all make it come together in the end as best as we can. With the skills that we have, with the gifts that we have, with the talents that we have, and with what we know. So y'all, with that, I'm going to go ahead and get off here. Like I said, y'all can watch me make the rest of this cookie dough. But like I said, it is formed now. It's came into the best way I can get it. I guess I put it that way. And that's the same way your life is going to be. Whatever whatever ingredients you can mix in to get it to the best way that you can. And the best life that you can. So with that, y'all, like I said, I hope y'all enjoyed this cookie time moment, I guess I put it that way, just to share some inspiration and some motivation and some empowerment with you all. Like I said, to, of course, just lift your spirits for the day. So with that, y'all, take care. Have a great one. I'll see y'all in the next video.